It's been a while since I've told this story. If you're the squeamish type, maybe this video isn't for you. But this will be my personal account on testicular torsion. And this wasn't the most painful thing I've ever experienced. This is the most painful thing I will ever experience. Also, I shot back from the gym, so we're gonna get our protein in. I got shrimp and salmon. I'm gonna get some rice out, make a little bowl. Now, usually I do these in the air fryer, but I only have one air fryer. I wanna put both in there. So I'm gonna go shrimp, air fryer, salmon on the stove. So if you're not familiar about what testicular torsion actually is, it's the twisting, the torsion of the spermatic cord, or spermatic, I don't know. It's a cord that holds your balls. It's what allows like blood and cum and all those other fluids to get in there, you know? And what happens is it twists up and all the fluid is constricted in there. It's not pleasant. Now the way I like to describe the pain is indescribable. But if I were to describe it, imagine flexing your quad through a quad cramp. It's like that, but on your balls. You know, with a quad cramp, you can just unflex your quad. You can stretch your quad. With torsion, like there's no comfortable position. You're just in a constant ball cramp. But anyway, let's get into the story. So this was the end of 7th grade. And keep in mind, like this is the most common age you're gonna see torsion, like in puberty. It's 3 a.m. and like I wake up and I'm uncomfortable. It's not an egregious pain right now. It's just like, I feel odd. I thought I just had to like take a shit. If you ever caught a ground ball to the dick, you'll feel it in your stomach, right? It's because a lot of the nerves in your genitals are connected to your stomach. And that's why I felt like I had to take a shit. But if you ever had to shit in the middle of the night, no one shits in the middle of the night. You wake up in the middle of the night, you go piss. But no one shits in the middle of the night. Anyway, I thought I had to shit. So I go to the bathroom, I try to take a shit, but I don't need a shit. Here I describe it as like a 3 or 4 out of 10. Also, for the shrimp, I get peeled with tail off, deveined. Way more convenient, trust me. And I mean, I was still uncomfortable, but like, what am I gonna do? Like stay up all night on the toilet seat? So I try to go back to bed and it just gets worse. And again, there's like no position where I'm comfortable. And about half an hour goes by and it's not getting better. At this point, it's probably like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. God fucking crap. This point's probably like a 6 out of 10. But I know something's up because one of my boys was like twisted at an angle. Like it was angled weird and it was like riding high, you know? So I make the brave decision to go into my parents' room. Dad, my penis hurt. And you know, after a while of convincing him that I'm not tweaking, like I'm being dead ass, you know, like I show him right what's going on. He's like, that's not right. At this point, it's ramping up fast. Like I'm in serious pain. I cannot stand up. I'm throwing up. Like I'm vomiting. At this point, it's clear like I need to be sent to the hospital. I think at one point my nose starts bleeding. My memory gets a little foggy here. I'm coming in and out of consciousness. Like the squeeze and just the pressure in there is so strong. So anyway, my dad throws me in the backseat of the car. I'm like lying down on the floor of the passenger side throwing up. I'm just like, Eventually we make it to the hospital. And I remember vaguely being in the waiting room, but I don't remember a lot of waiting. I can't imagine I waited that long. But then they sent me to this room and it's like this dark torture cell looking thing. I don't know, it wasn't charming. I'm laying on this bed and they just, you know, rip my pants off. And they tell me they're gonna do an ultrasound. The same thing they do with pregnant women to check on the baby. All right, whatever you gotta do. And then before I think it can get any worse, it actually gets better. This nurse comes in and she was like 26 and blonde. I don't remember exactly if she was hot. I couldn't tell you if she was a baddie or not. Again, 11 out of 10, most excruciating pain in my life. Not really focused on that right now. But she pulls up and like rubs some gel on my balls. I don't know, man, I'm fucking with it. But keep in mind, like I'm 12 years old. This is the first time a woman has ever touched my dick. So I'm 12 years old, naked, starfish position, strapped onto a bed. Vulnerable as fuck. Baddie rubbing on my nuts with like some beef tallow. And after a quick examination of the results of the ultrasound, doc comes in, talking about something's wrong with your testicles. Dead ass? I guess I'm not complaining though. I don't know, I just feel like I'd prefer to get a massage after. Now that I think about it, why do they do happy endings at the end? I feel like if I'm at a massage parlor, is that what it's called? I feel like if I'm at a spa, I want to have a happy beginning and then, you know, massage me after. I'm not questioning Asian culture. I mean, they probably know what they're doing. They've been doing it for thousands of years probably. Anyway, I don't remember how, but I get transported to the operation room and the surgeon is in there and he tells me something I would never forget. At this point, my pain is like an 8 out of 10. I think I'm under like some morphine. But before the surgery, he goes, God gave us 2 of everything. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 arms, and 2 balls. So just in case we lose one, we have another one spare. What? Anyway, count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, and then at 8, I'm knocked out. Anesthesia is crazy, man. It's not like you're going to sleep. Because when you wake up from sleep, it's not like you're unaware that time has passed. Like when you wake up, you might be a little groggy, but you're aware that time went by. With anesthesia, it's like you blinked. Like before I could have count down to 1, I was awake and my balls were fixed. Afterwards, I'm chilling there, I'm still kind of out of it. And the surgery was a success. Basically what he did, the surgeon made an incision on my sac, reached in there, untwisted it, and put this little gadget in there to make sure it doesn't twist up again. I also think he took a bite out of it or something because it was a little misshapen. But then he stitched it up, and the stitches were cool. It's like it degraded naturally. My ball sack looked like a baseball with like the stitches going up. Yo mama was giving me the old forcing. But again, I feel like I'm kind of downplaying the overall pain. The doctor told me if I waited like 2 or 3 hours, my ball would have exploded. And if you're a woman watching, you don't know what it's like to be hitting the balls. Imagine like 1/3 of the pain you feel every month on your period. And then the aftermath was pretty brutal, but I made a speedy recovery. But I was waddling around like a penguin for like a week, and I couldn't run for like a month. And my left ball was misshapen for a while, probably like a year. I don't know what exactly caused it, but again, it's very common in puberty. I did actually go to an amusement park like a few days before. It could have been because of that. Moral of the story, don't get torsion. That shit sucks. But what's the most painful thing you've experienced? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, this is the final result. I might add like some hummus to this or tzatziki. But thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. If you can, go fuck up some salmon today. You guys have a great one. Peace.